You know what? Maybe we will. Let's head to Zot. Again, this can be a preliminary visit, dipping our toes in, as it were. We can always loop back if need be, if we feel at all uncomfortable. We do have enough magic mapping to keep ourselves, abreast of the situation here at all times. Do have to be slightly cautious because of how much noise we make, of course. So we will be inviting the entirety of the floor to every one of our birthday parties here. Oh, and I got miscast with stuck there. That's not great. Let's bring these kiddos upstairs just to make sure nothing untoward happens here. And otherwise, spam the tab. It looks like we're not dealing a whole lot of damage at the moment, but we have crazy defenses and a lot of utility. So hopefully that's enough to carry us through. I'm hoping that allows us to ride that fine line between greatness and self-destruction. But again, as always, no promises. See how she goes. I will just manifold assault out of my gourd here. In fact, let's get the Quicksilver next to me. Hello, my friend. Goodbye. And not too shabby here. Oh gosh. Till more Quicksilvers approach. Fortunately, the Moths of Wrath are being very kind and not enraging the horrifying draconic beasts that are arrayed before us here, so that's nice. I may have spoken too soon. So I leave. Gosh darn it. Okay, we can at least wait out some time. Just bring one enraged dragon up, if we can help it. I'm hoping our defenses allow us to at least get through that fight in one piece. Unfortunately, that does seem to be the case, at least at the moment here. But again, as soon as we start a fight, we are basically committing, this is our life now. And we'll have to stick with it until the ultimate end, whatever that may be, victory or death. Maybe a little bit of both. Not too bad here. Okie dokie. Again, slightly terrifying, but if we are indeed pulling, like, everything in, right of here, if they've all already come our way, then we'll be sitting pretty to finish off the rest of the floor. I also think just because of our noise-making tendencies, we are kind of incentivized this time around to fully commit and take care of entire floors. I know sometimes in the past, or oftentimes even, I could say, I will just clear my way to a stair and then maybe try to be cognizant about, like, screaming at the tops of those stairs to make sure that we don't have any enemies that are just biding their time and waiting for a moment of weakness. But fortunately, oh my gosh, keep getting jerked around by our teleporting friend there, so we will just blast them real quick, and then definitely we'll start running out of cards at some point here, but I think I need to start throwing out some damage to these sons of guns before they cause too much of a commotion here. Ooh, I've used up all of my mana. Is this where I have velocity? I was kind of saving velocity for a special moment, I guess. Regardless of how relevant that may be. But I'd like to keep it until, like, lungs, maybe, as far as that. Having velocity on demand is a pretty huge resource at the end of the day. Corrosion tends to be less problematic for late game characters. See, I don't know. I think I'm in a similar boat to Safid, where I have a strong disdain towards corrosion, because it's one of the few things that, resistance doesn't save you from. Unlike poison, you can still just get utterly boned by some nasty rolls on the corrosion, And when you find yourself at like -16, -24 in that range, potentially this is a user error problem on my end, because an argument could be made that you should never find yourself at that level of corrosion. And to that, I'd say you're probably right, but alas, I do it to myself all the time. So I have to play, you know, as the exception to the rule. I have to play as such. Ooh. Hello, friends. Come one, come all. We don't have a great way of dealing with such an array of new buddies here. So I think we'll have to be a little bit sneaky. Never seen that level of corrosion, at least. Fair enough. Again, it may be me putting myself into terrible situations in my specific case, but can definitely get a bit nasty. Speaking of nasty, we have a Moth of Wrath and a lot of dragons. What am I doing with my... Oh gosh, that's a lot of dragons. Oh me, oh my. So many dragons. Start dealing cards, maybe? Let's just try to take out as many of these sons of guns as we can before they have too much of an opportunity to slash at us in their enraged, dangerous state. In fact, I think we did get exactly what we wanted for the holidays here, so that's beautiful. And not too shabby here. In fact, this is a perfect little chamber for us, seeing as how the reach on our weapon allows us to basically win on all fronts. Love to see it. And this is where I'd normally be desperately begging for our friend there to drop their skin, but we live an enlightened life now, where we're no longer quite so, you know, obsessed with the gathering of skins, as it were. But Spirit Guardian, Regen, and Slay. Spirit is rough, because it does remove a lot of our abilities. You have a problem not so much with corrosion, but with caustic strikes in particular. Well, I think that one is, less controversial. And we can all agree that caustic strikes are just the worst. See the one, good chance you can't avoid the fight with it. Exactly, they're too fast, man. Oh, no, it can definitely be rough stuff. I think I will try out this amulet, though. Again, Spirit Guardian, I don't love, but at least worst comes to worst, we have a few magic potions. We can potentially, you know, throw a lot of consumables at the problem until it goes away. Really flexing our wealth there. But hey, what's the point in being part of the 1% of adventurers if we're not going to abuse the ever-living crap out of it? Riddle me this. And otherwise, I think we're in an okay boat. I feel like this is a situation that can very quickly change, unfortunately. You know, shocker, we're in Zot, and I'm saying that things can go drastically wrong at a moment's notice. I doubt that's exactly news to anyone who's played the game for a significant amount of time, but regardless, does happen to be the case for us here. And let's see, 10 of Tremor Stones still not back online. Without any condenser vein, I feel like the Tremor Stones have become our go-to, like, AoE killer blow here. The other option is, I guess we could draw some destruction, and I just need something not like that. I'm looking for something piercing, maybe? Vitriol is something piercing. Love to see it. Okie dokie. Oh, double electric. Oh, Moth of Wrath. Oh, nar. Cute bird. Oh, they're real cute until they start tearing out your eyes, entrails, and everything, really. But you're not wrong. On a surface level, very cute. Okie dokes. I don't really want to draw too many cards here. I guess I could draw the stack. Could draw summoning. Summoning never really gets better, so at this stage in the game, it's not super useful. Is this actually, like, perfectly equivalent to me? Oh, unfortunately not. That'd be too good, I guess. Oh no, that's a lot of enraged dragons. We're gonna deal 4 destruction here real quick, don't mind me. Bring on the storm. That kills a decent number of you right off the rip. And then if I could just deal some damage to your storm dragon sons of guns, then I am a happy Gnoll. Oh boy. Well, that was exciting to say the least. Probably killed most of the floor there. In fact, yeah, as we go through the ghost town that is the rest of Zot 2 here, can definitely confirm that we fought basically anyone and everything who was anybody, at least. Not our gold dragon friend there, I guess, but teach their own. I mean, I probably should switch to the gold dragon scales. I'm not getting a lot out of the orange crystal plate armor right now, but it's so fun. And clarity is pretty cool. I do like clarity. Gold dragon scales. Let's check it out just for the sake of knowledge here. AC decreased by 11, so fully enchanted we'd actually have just about the same AC, slightly better. And we'd get fire and cold resistance, which I would really like a second pip of. Oh man, our resistances across the board would just be beautiful. But no. Gold dragon scales, I wear them too often. Let's keep things interesting. I like our artifact look that we're going for right now. Unless, of course, we happen to find ourselves coming across some special gold dragon scales belonging to a kingly gold dragon of sorts. Then, and maybe only then, would I reconsider my actions in the moment here. Berserking dragons can't use breath weapons. Moths basically nerf dragons for you. That's it's not just seeing the silver linings on the cloud, it's like ignoring the Armageddon-sized meteor hurtling towards you to appreciate the subtle silvers on the edges of the clouds. You know what I mean? By which, actually, you're not wrong. Those edges are beautiful. Unfortunately, a little more distracted with the incoming death of billions upon billions of souls, but, teach their own. Oh, but let's definitely magic map again. Give ourselves the greater picture here, if at all possible. I would like potentially a willpower cloak. Would be kind of nice. I mean, 4 pips of willpower I think is basically good enough to deal with anything the game throws at us, at least in the standard non-extended game. In fact, now I'm again running through the internal Rolodex, trying to think, is there anything that actually requires, like, is having full maxed out willpower ever a necessity? It probably is, and I'm just blanking on something, but regardless, not gonna be too obsessed with it at all. It'd be nicer, even more better, if I could get like the Cloak of Starlight. Now that is a cloak. Okie dokie. Hello, all my draconian friends. I guess we can bring y'all over for a bit of a stare party, as the kids call it. The Annihilator, I actually probably need to focus down. Do you have Crystal Spear, you son of a gun? You do. Oh, hurrah. In that case, just the purple draconian doesn't care about fear, so I'm gonna bring you upstairs, crafty son of a gun, and let's just make sure that I don't get crystal speared into an early grave. Would be nice, I think. Unfortunately, moths do not berserk dread liches. Those would be nice berserk. Now there, I can just wholeheartedly agree. That is a lovely dream. But yes, as you mentioned, unfortunately not the case. There's a large number of undead enemies that I would very much prefer to be in a berserk state. Because unfortunately, there are a lot of undead enemies who have a strong desire to torment me. Both literally and figuratively. Both mechanically and mentally. For sure, but not too shabby here. Manifold Assault, still, yeah, a little lackluster. I miss the old Manifold Assault. If you're not an unarmed dragon, what's the freaking point, you know? At least that's how it seems, more often than not. Don't know how fair that classification is, but anecdotally, needs a little bit of work. Hello, my friend. Goodbye. Quite surprising that a mere moth can deduce which enemies are worth berserking. Well, that's the funny thing about the Moth of Wrath is so often there are nothing bigger. You don't even think twice. You don't even look their direction. I don't think of you at all. Very much the wire. But on the other hand, there are many a situation where they will suddenly be the pivotal be-all end-all of will I survive this encounter. And there's not a lot of in-between. It's definitely a pretty stacked deck in one direction or the other in that regard. But okie dokie, we probably can take care of most of the enemies at that stairwell, but I'm still going to switch it up here just to get a full picture. And you know, we have this Displacer Draconian, so I'm going to immediately take you upstairs, my friend. Hope you understand that you do in fact suck very, very much. And let's head back. This stairwell ended up being the best after all. Oh, it did also have another one of you. Yikes. Hate that. If I can get into a corner though, and in fact, want to dig in. Oh, that's not what I expected from my wand of digging. I mean, I should have. I can see on the map that we're not at an edge. Whoops. Tremor stones. I call on your aid. Once again in my time of need. Oh, I'm silenced. Okay, box of beasts. Should help us take care of the gold dragon pretty quickly here at the very least. And then, once again, by our powers combined, it at least takes care of a lot of the problems. So, I'm more than happy to see it. Less happy to see that, though. Hello, my gold dragon friend. You are a problem, to say the least. Okay. Kill the teleporter, first and foremost. Get absolutely rolled. Then, I have a decent amount of blink here. I'm going to play this one very much on the safe side. And I am going to take you for a bit of a ride, my friend. Fantastic. So we don't have great AoE against the moth, but if we can just bring these buddies upstairs, then who needs AoE against the moth? I've always said this. And again, we're going to engage in a little more stair dancing than I'm normally predisposed to do here, just to play it on the safe side. It's funny how them berserking one of your other enemies is very bad, but somehow them berserking you is also very bad. Alright, taking out some of our main resources for emergency escapes is always going to be a nightmare. It's same with killer clowns, but at least they have a super random movement set, so the chance of them silencing us like they did moments ago, not too bad. But can definitely be a nasty piece of work. That was funny how Gold Dragon just came immediately to peek as soon as there's room to do so. I mean, you would too, right? When suddenly the wall in front of you just opens up into a gaping gap there, it's hard to not get a little bit curious. I've always heard dragons are like cats, and that they're selfish a-holes who are more curious for their own good. Which I do just kid. I actually love cats, but I do think they make easy targets for ridicule because of how ridiculous they can be at times. Kill that gold dragon just before it stepped into the Zot trap. Who knows what it would have, what kind of fresh hell it would have inflicted on us there. And I don't really want to deal with our caged friends down below. I guess we'll probably just cheese them with Manifold Assault if at all possible. Definitely don't have the dig charges to really throw at the problem. But shouldn't be too much of an issue regardless. Do I have an amulet on? I do, yeah. It's just out of sync with the rest of our amulets here, but we have Spirit Guardian, Regen, and Slay. All in a lovely little combo there. Ooh. Ooh. Nasty set of events immediately. I guess cloning the Orb of Fire is never really great. Well, I never knew there was a quick go between all those, but I did want to check out Ice Blast here. 3d20 on that son of a gun, and you're resistant to basically everything, but at least not immune to cold, so yay. Do I have any friends? I do not, unfortunately. Do want to see how we fare though. I mean, once we get into combat, not bad. I did have a lot of mutations come down. And in fact, teleportitis, no bueno. So I'm definitely going to switch that out. Right, we do have our silver javelins. Good point. Only 6. So that's not great, but good to keep in mind, especially the next time when they're far away. Can probably get some softening into the equation early on. And otherwise, let us see how mutation works. Spells are a little harder to cast, but a little more powerful. Honestly, not what I'm looking for. I also got Frailty, which... No. Frailty is still around. Joy. Less in control, and then more in control. So we basically... zero-summed there. No longer vulnerable to cold, regain control, toenails, lengthen, and sharpen. We can't let those lengthen any further because I do not want to lose our boots. Man, oh man. I do hate Frailty, but maybe we can live. You know, we can learn to live, rather, with just that affecting us. As long as that's the only thing to keep in mind. And there we go. Manifold Assault definitely doing the Lord's good work here. Taking care of all of our new friends. Hello, hello. Not too shabby. And bada boom, bada bing. We'll probably regen fully. I guess we could hope that our mana regen's faster than that Draconian's health, but why bother? We have all the time in the world. And we can just reset till the cows come home, really, at the end of the day here. Powerful Spells is a nice mutation, basically free Archmagi. True, as long as you're able to cast your spells in the first place. Unfortunately, on our side, we kind of struggle with that in every department, even before we have a mutation making things worse, so, you know, it is what it is. Hello there, my Draconian friends. Let's come one, come all, and this is where we'll draw the line here, just for a quick little refresh reset before the rest of the dogs of war come howling around the corner here, and basically the Moths of Wrath just get their own free special little trip, just them and me going upstairs. And when the others ask what became of them, we'll say they're happy on a farm somewhere. And we can all live our days in bliss naivete. Or like half Archmagi, but more power anyways. Well, especially we already have Archmagi, so it just keeps compounding. Unfortunately, though, regardless of what potential fun existed in that combination, we did have to keep our own safety in mind, and the rest of our mutations pretty garbage tier. In fact, I just realized that potentially why we're able to cast our spells now is because we regained the 2 intelligence that we've been missing for however long of today's session, so that's nice. That's lovely. I like to see it. I should also use Vile Clutch at this stage, seeing as how we can, and it's incredible. So there's really no reason not to. And, you know, if I could not miscast it once, that would definitely help in that regard. Oh my gosh, and compared to our last run, we should be able to wipe the floor with Orb Guardians, so that's nice. It was weird to have a character that struggled so much with them in one of our previous runs here. Hello, sirs. Come right this way. Please and thank you. Yeah, no issue whatsoever.